Kindergarten Instructional Rhyming Unit by Verdiana Guzman. The Learners. There are 14 kindergarten bilingual students in my classroom. They receive Spanish and English literacy instruction from me. I have 4 girls and 10 boys. Most of my students speak very fluent in English and Spanish as well, but came into kindergarten with a stronger English academic foundation due to the fact that they attended preschool in English only. When I design activities for my students, I have to make sure I always go over vocabulary in English, because that is one huge factor my students struggle with. Even if they speak very fluently in English, they don't have a strong English vocabulary, since most parents speak to them only in Spanish at home. Therefore, my students have a stronger vocabulary foundation in Spanish. Standard and objective. The Common Core State standard that I will be covering in this unit is recognize rhyming words. The learning objective at the conclusion of my unit is for students to be able to identify rhyming words in books, songs, and poems with 98% accuracy. Teaching and learning strategies. I plan to use the multiple intelligences theory because I believe it's the most appropriate for my unit and the students I have. My kindergartners are learners with different needs and a wide range of talents. I will be implementing this theory throughout my lessons because I will be incorporating linguistic intelligence for those students who have the ability to express abstract concepts and ideas in words. I have students who are very fluent speakers and love to participate in class and share with their peers. I am going to allow these students to demonstrate their knowledge through whole group discussions and think, pair, and share. Also, I will be incorporating the musical intelligence by exposing my students to a song that will help them listen to songs that have rhyme in them. My high students will be challenged to come up with new rhyming words that we can add or substitute the lyrics of the song. Bodily kinesthetic is another intelligence that will be incorporated in my unit. Students will be able to use parts of their body to make movements that go along for specific rhyming words in the song. This will help these students better make the connection between the words that rhyme in the song. Spatial intelligence will also be used in my classroom throughout the 2 PowerPoints that will be presented to students, which will have a lot of good visuals for students to recognize rhyme. Technology. The main technology used will be my computer to show the interactive PowerPoint quiz on rhyming, computer speakers to play rhyming songs on YouTube, and the classroom camera to project and model any rhyming worksheets. Here's a link that will take you to the rhyming songs on YouTube. And here is a handout that will go along with the PowerPoint, that will consist of 2 poems, and it will show the rhyming words in a different color. Day 1. On day 1, I will activate students' background knowledge by going over everyone's name and try to look for pairs of names that rhyme. This will help motivate students to get hooked into the lesson and be interested in what the lesson is about. On day 2, students will be presented with a video of rhyming songs, which will help students who learn best the information in a musical way. If you click on this link, it will take you to the YouTube songs. On day 3, students will look at a PowerPoint presentation on rhyming poems, which will help all learners, but especially those visual learners, to see the words that rhyme in the poem. On day 4, students will take an interactive PowerPoint quiz, which will serve as a means for me to know if students have grasped a concept or if there is something that needs to be retaught. On day 5, students will first review rhyming words. Then they will individually take a formal assessment that will consist of them orally identifying if the pair of words given to them rhyme or not. Also, there will be a portion of the assessment that will be a worksheet in which students will be given short CVC words, and they will have to decide which rhyming word goes along with the rhyming word inside the box. Adaptive assistant technologies that could be used to make this unit accessible to a broader audience is Kidspiration, which would be a great assistive technology that would expose students with a lot of visuals, which would help them understand rhyming better. And here are some handouts that will be given to students. The first one on the left, that's the one that will be given on day one when students will be hooked into the lesson. They will be given this handout for them to visually see which are the names in the classroom are the ones that rhyme and which ones do not rhyme. On the right hand side, that's the handout that will be given along with one of the PowerPoints, the one on the poems, for kids to visually see which are the words that rhyme. Here's a sample student artifact. This is going to be part of the assessment at the end of the unit, and students will have to do this on their own. And of course, for those students who are unable to read the CVC words, there's going to be some pictures that are going to go along with each word, so they're able to read the picture instead of the word. And if you go on this link, it will take you to a shared Google Doc that provides access to the handouts I created for section G and the sample student artifact I created for section H. The lesson objective can be found here as well. And the conceptual categorization that I use for this unit is the SAMR model. And finally, the summative evaluation for the student learning of content will be assessed on day 5. Part of the assessment will be verbally and the other part will be a student artifact. The design of the lessons will be based on student performance through informal and formal assessments throughout the whole unit. Thank you for listening. Have a good one.